All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Your Lie in April, episode 15.
Okay.
Tsubaki.
She realizes her feelings. Yep.
Yeah.
But Kosei looks like he's going to be moving away for his high school.
Yeah, but that's not happening anytime soon. That's more of like thinking about the future. And the last episode was a couple people, most specifically Kosei, realizing, the future. And then thinking about Kaori, and thinking about music, thinking about himself, thinking about where he's at. And Kaori might not be the kind of person who thinks about the future because she doesn't have time to read books because
she picked up the one from Kosei.
The one. Yeah, guys, looking forward to some emotional fallout here, and hopefully some goddamn communication between Kaori and Kosei.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Without further ado, let's get into this. All right, guys, we're going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh. Tsubaki.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a perfect representation of her heart and...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's so much innocence to this show, and yet, like...
Symphony.
Symphony!
Just let the symphony
I have
take
to let
over
the
it.
symphony lead me. I like this part.
Meguri, 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 do.
Symphony. Symphony. But like with Tsubaki and Kosei having this like backstory and stuff, like we get it. There's the childhood, connection that they had and stuff.
Symphony. Yeah.
But like it might be time to move on, No.
The second time Kosei's father is mentioned.
Yeah, seriously. Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Tsubaki,
yeah,
no.
I know.
Oh. Oh. They're measuring it and everything.
Even though she totally didn't.
Yeah,
jump.
yeah. It's the joke though. They'd be like, Die, die, die. Let out my frustration on you. Wateri's protecting Kosei.
Yeah.
Does he even know?
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Oh boy.
That's like Nietzsche Joe for a second there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Showing the little kids just cheerfully just going across.
Well, they have, they're kids. They have,
Well,
they
right,
have the
right.
innocence of not having to deal with this kind of stuff.
Exactly.
And it's a nice contradiction to where she's just stuck in her head.
Right, with all the memories of when they were kids.
While also just being unable to actually say anything because she's 14 and doesn't know how to communicate her feelings at all. Wow. See, this is an example of someone awkwardly communicating their feelings, but at least they're willing to.
Right.
Calling her by her first name. Nice. Ouch. My 14-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah. Everything's so serious at that age.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some strange sounds. Wow. I feel like the genie from Aladdin. Tell him the truth. It's a tale as old as time. Uncommunicated feelings.
Like the fact that she went to the piano and stuff, even though she hates music and everything because of all that stuff. It's just, it tears you up inside.
Yeah. Premium ice cream. Oh, that's cute. She gonna do it? She gonna do it? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to talk about this after the episode. This is Yep. But it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yes. Communicate. Do it badly. Do it. Just do it. Yeah. Oh, good. Oh. Tsubaki, you're such a mess. I love you so much. Like, you.
Yeah. It's like everything that Kosei's saying is trying so hard to be nice, but it's also like the double entendres are just daggers.
Yep. Good. Oh my god, this is the kind of stuff that if you said out loud, it would be so.
I know,
so
right?
Jeez. Jeez.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow. Hmm. Cool. Ah, the one frozen in time in this instance here. Yeah, nice. Cool, that was a nice parallel. Oh my gosh. What the heck? What? Huh? 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 Oh my gosh. Wow. Like pot stickers? Teach me. Ah. Okay. Ambushing you, obviously. Obviously, her plan was to assassinate Kosei, so
Right,
that
exactly.
she could
Yep,
be.
yep.
Yep. Okay. This is a random occurrence here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We save this animation for the competitions.
Exactly. Yep. All these OP anime characters.
Yeah. I didn't say that. Yeah. Huh. What?
The black cat that was the evil omen.
Yes, but that was the one with her, like, up in the tree, remember? I have a sneaking suspicion about why that girl is coming into the story now.
Oh, yeah?
Is that she's related to Kaori.
Oh.
Ah, Watari, you boy!
Yeah.
Now he's being Tsubaki, basically.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love cats. Cats are awesome. That might not be good for the cat. Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. What does that mean?
I'm not entirely sure.
Oh. And then they show her next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. What? Is she losing movement? Oh, no, 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 no. She can't move her legs. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm okay. The girl seems a bit out of left field.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any confirmation. Is Kaori an only child? Do we know that for a fact? Like, does she ever say in the show, like, I'm an only child?
Kaori?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm gonna guess that that's like a younger sister or something. And she's maybe be a little bit weird and awkward around Kosei because she knows that he knows her sister. Well, actually, they're really close to the same age then, because they're both in junior high. Like, because they're all 14, right?
Yeah.
So they're like in the final episodes of, not the final episodes, but the final years of
They're going to high school.
junior high.
soon.
Yeah. Okay, so
right.
so I was actually wrong that the girl is a first year in junior high.
Yeah.
And that could totally mean that she's a sister of Kaori's. And that was her, like, she seems familiar. And it's like, that's who it is. And then they cut to Kaori. So, yeah, it's probably the younger sister of Kaori. And, yeah, they did a really cool thing with this episode where the whole aspect of someone who's frozen in time as everyone else decides to move on around them or decides to keep moving forward and make really tough, difficult, courageous steps, even though they're not necessarily, like, big steps. They're just steps. We have Tsubaki, who's just a mess right now, and I totally understand. I totally understand where she's coming from because when you have, I would call it analysis paralysis, but this is more of the emotional paralysis, basically. When you have the, I don't know.
Well, yeah, it like. these kids are 14. Like
Well,
this is the first time she's, probably experienced something of this magnitude at the very least. And here, all this stuff seems to be just going poetically badly.
Well,
like
the thing is that you can tell Tsubaki is one that her arc is going to be one of transitioning towards a place of confidence. Like she needs to be at her lowest point of doubting herself before she can change truly.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, she's become accustomed to the past, so she lives in the past ultimately, which is funny because most of the flashbacks center around her, actually. So you can tell that her relationship with Kosei is one that is precious and special.
Oh yeah,
but it is ultimately taken for granted, and you can't say that like she's the one screwing all this up on her own choice, or even like she is the one like all she needs to do is one little thing and then it's done, because she's in a catch-22. She's realized that she could communicate with him, and it would be tough and it would be hard, but it would be doable. But the thing is that she knows what and who, in a lot of ways, Kosei wants right now.
Right. Yep.
She knows that she's being put up against. If she runs the scenario in her head and goes, okay, I tell my feelings to Kosei, and he's like, oh my god, I had no idea. Like, thank you so much. I think of you as such a wonderful person, but like,
right, honestly, exactly.
Like
Kaori, all the stuff that you try and say to make it go over better and let the person down easy, but it makes it even worse.
And she is scared to death of being rejected by Kosei. And that's totally realistic. Yeah. One of the worst things in the mind of a young teenager is rejection by the person that you care about the most.
Exactly.
Even if it's the most kind...
Right, even if they still think the world of you.
Yes. Like, Jacob, you can think back. We don't need to tell detailed stories. Like, the first like, serious crush I had on someone, I think, was around the age of 13 or 14. And thankfully, I wasn't rejected. But the thing was, I think every crush from the then to the age of, 15 or 16 was rejected. So I know...
How many did you have in that?
It's not a lot. But, the point is that... all of them after that point were like bam, 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 bam. Yep. And then I think it was around the end of the age 16 that things worked out with someone. But the thing is that fear of, say, you building up in your mind the attachment you have with them, especially when it's based on actual connection.
Exactly, someone that you've known your entire life. There's already over a good decade basically invested in this relationship.
Yeah. And that's the point, is that investment, not investment, but that relationship is something she can't afford to lose either way.
Right.
And yet now she's realizing it doesn't matter whether or not he's there or not.
Yep.
And that's good, because she's now realizing she's becoming she's becoming self-aware of how much she's lying to herself.
Right.
The whole thing of the episode being called Liar, we know who the liar is here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a triple entendre.
Well, it is a triple entendre, but it's not three people. It's Tsubaki.
Well, I would say it is three people.
Oh, really? Who are the other liars?
Tsubaki. Then there's the one that's sort of been, going up on this whole show of Kaori putting on the face of everything being okay.
She interacted with no one really other than the phone call. I think the point.
Sure.
I think the point of the episode.
And then the other one would be the little girl, since she's obviously.
Well, yes. She has her little sneaky ulterior motive, which is cute and stuff. But I think the true.
But the main one is absolutely.
Tsubaki, and it's a self-deception in that I think she's becoming aware of how much she is deceiving herself.
Right.
And as she moves more and more towards that, she's able to maybe start letting go of things, and then maybe she lets him know anyway, and just lets him know, like, I've had my heart breaking, my heart torn asunder, like, hoping you would, catch on. And I was,
And because you're a stupid baka.
Well, that, or basically I was, deluding myself into thinking you would do
I
that
was
without...
the stupid baka.
Yeah, I was the stupid baka. And...
Yep.
And then Kosei is just like, I'm sorry. And she's like, yeah, well, okay. Now you can go wherever. It's something that I totally understand. I cannot come close to understanding how she must feel, though, because I've never been lucky enough to have a childhood friend relationship last that long.
Right. Yeah.
That's special.
Yeah.
Like,
and especially not to the point where it's like, oh, I want this to turn into something more. Like,
right. Right. I'm almost twice the age, though, of Tsubaki, so it's hard for me to go back to that.
Well, and that's the thing that makes it even worse. Like, thinking about, like, even just now, myself thinking if I knew someone for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
That would be huge, right? I would not want to lose that relationship. But imagine if instead of 10 years being, a little, like, 40 or 50% of my life, it was
75
80 or 75% of my life. Like, where, like, my entire existence, everything I knew, it was like this person was always there. And now it's like...
I would say it's closer to 100% because you don't retain much conscious memory below age 3. So.
Right, exactly. So it's basically... And this is the thing that sucks. I remember hearing at one point, like, someone giving advice on, like, do you tell the person that you like them or not? And their logic was basically, there's a good chance the relationship will end up ending either way. Because if you tell them and they reject you, then then that can make it awkward and all that stuff. But if you don't, you will not be able to interact with that person in the same way because there's your relational needs are not being met, right? There's something that you are wanting out of the relationship that you are not getting, and that won't work.
So they're saying better to not say anything.
No, better to say something.
Okay, good.
Because it's kind of you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, kind of a thing.
Well, yeah, but
like unless of course
that's the silly thing about being 14 is you think that everything lasts forever.
Oh right, yeah. Well, in both the positive and the negative.
Yeah, and this will pass away. And this what is it said? Like there was it's like the fake story or whatever. Like was the wisest thing ever. It's like, and this too shall pass. That's basically if you could give anyone the wisest bit of advice, it's and this too shall pass. Meaning that nothing is infinite, nothing is eternal, everything is temporary. Right. Enjoy. There's so many things to extrapolate from that.
Yeah.
But that's this entire show, I think. Is that everything will pass. Everything will move on. Everything will fade away. We have Kaori, who, God, they are just kicking me in the balls right now with like she's either worst things worse, she's now paralyzed from the waist down. Or she's literally losing that much of her strength to where she just can't walk anymore. Yeah. That's happening. Then we have Kosei, who's, thinking about the future and kind of leaving all this behind. All this meaning, like, everything. So basically for him, his entire environment will fade away. You have his past, which faded away, his negative perception of it and his mother. You have Tsubaki and her feelings, and not only her feelings, but her attachment to Kosei, because those are separate things. Her attachment to Kosei is a kind of a cyclical beginning end due to her feelings for Kosei. So if she's able to let go of her attachment to Kosei but still hold on to her feelings for Kosei, there's a lot of cool things that could happen for her. Yeah. I mean, if she's able to let go of both of them, then who knows then.
Right. Yeah.
And then we have other characters who are going on their own progression.
Right.
But,
Like, I love how they brought Emmy and Isa back into the episode. Like, they weren't even really in the episode.
Not really,
They just sort of showed them a little bit to be
Yeah.
like, hey, you know how we're dealing with this main theme for the episode? Well, let's bring these two back and show how they are
showcase how
great
it is.
examples of both sides.
Yep.
You know, for it. Both with Emmy being all about, you know, moving on and stuff. Very, very actively and passionately. And Isa just never being able to forget that little boy that would always just, you know, not even look at the results and just walk away.
Yep. Yeah, he can't let go. Emmy is basically telling Kosei to mush and like, I'll ride your wind and eventually overtake you.
Right.
Like,
or you better mush, because if not,
Yeah.
you're going to be eating my dust.
yeah, basically.
You know.
I don't want to have to grab another beacon to chase after anytime soon.
Right.
I would like to chase after you for a long time. So please
Yeah,
get a move on.
Right.
Why don't
it's
you?
It's the idea that the benefit between like competing versus just trying to do the best you can.
Right.
Like,
right.
you know, Isa is all about that competition.
Yeah. Even if he's competing in the mud where he doesn't belong.
Right. Yeah. Well said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. And then
This is good stuff because I feel like Tsubaki's character having that moment with Kosei on the piano bench there showcases something that I felt in a couple of my friendships and relationships as well.
Yeah.
Is there's this aspect of where you have so much connection with someone that you kind of not really take them for granted. You do this kind of next step up from that where you kind of tease the connection a little bit. You don't take it for granted. You like you kind of make fun of it and make light of it also in the same breath. But that's to show how much you really do care of it because you're at that stage of connection.
Exactly.
You can do this.
Yep.
But the thing is, imagine if you're doing that and the other person is head over heels in love with you. Holy crap. You're like taking like their fingernails and like yanking them off really slowly. Like it's torture. It's torture.
And it's all in love. You know? It's all just saying, yeah, I care about you so much that I'm not gonna and okay, like I love the bit of Kosei basically sitting there and Tsubaki's like, aren't you gonna like ask me what's up?
Aren't you gonna invade my space and like ask me some questions?
And he's like, no,
I'm just listening. If you want to say something.
Yeah, if you want to say something. Yeah.
That's like the best thing for him to do.
Yeah, like that but of course, because she's stubborn, she's Tsubaki.
Well, also she's distraught. Like, I think the worst thing about it is she thinks she wants him to ask what's wrong, but the thing is she's gonna lie anyway. So
exactly,
it doesn't matter. So,
and the title of the episode.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when he has his kind of little things that he says here and there, she will just be confused and like ask like what is that supposed to mean? What's this? Like what's that?
She's in a situation where she's being reactionary as opposed to.
But then when you hear her internal thoughts, you're like, oh,
I know.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But please, like live a little, risk a little. There's something hypocritical though, I think, about asking her to do everything the right way.
Oh,
because,
sure.
Because when I think about every time I've done exactly what Tsubaki's doing, the number is a number too high than I would even care to admit.
Oh yeah.
Like my ego doesn't let me admit how many times this exact thing has happened in terms of like thematic bit of just being like, yes, I really like someone, I really care about them, I really want to tell them, but for some reason I talk myself out of it due to XYZ.
Fear is not logical. It does not like to be ignored.
Nope.
And it cuts deeper than swords.
Yeah.
It just,
It sucks.
Yep.
It absolutely blows. So having Tsubaki deal with this, I feel like is so much better than actually having some kind of legitimate friend zone kind of situation set up, because we don't know. Just as much as Tsubaki doesn't really know, we don't know exactly like whether or not Kosei has zero feelings for Tsubaki.
Yeah.
It might literally be like, oh my god, a year ago, I couldn't stop thinking about you. Like,
Right,
like,
yeah,
that
yeah.
would be the biggest, like, freaking, like, mind, like, painful twist of him, like, really? Like,
Why didn't you say?
Why didn't you say something? Like,
Or why didn't I say something? You know,
or like, why didn't I say something?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
now I'm sorry. I've moved on. Like,
Right.
like,
that's,
yeah.
That's
I've heard that multiple times too. Like,
yeah, that's not even like just like knife wounds. That's like
yeah.
yeah.
Hey guys, love is a rough thing, but it's so
Yep.
worth it if you're willing to take risks, because I feel like you can get a little bit too mechanical about it and be like, well, I'll just move on to the next person. I'll become a cold calculating machine who
Right,
just
right.
plays the numbers and eventually I'll get lucky. And then there's the other part where it's like, if she or he or whoever says no, I am done.
Yeah.
My life is over.
And I feel like we alternate between
those two
based on how we're
in
doing
a
on
spectrum, just going back and forth. So I feel you, Tsubaki. I
Yeah.
feel you so much. I if I had to be a character in this show, I would probably be you. I don't know if I have the, like, these other people are insane, Tsubaki. Like, I mean, you've
Yeah.
got the sports thing handled and stuff, but like Watari,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
and Kaori and Kosei. These people are not human.
And don't even get us started on the two pianists, you know, Aiza and Emi. That was one of the other things that I thought was really cool, was how they brought up Aiza and Emi, even though basically Tsubaki, like, even though they aren't great examples of moving on, or one of them is, one of them isn't, Tsubaki
Right.
still thought about them and how, like, okay, even if they might have their own problems, they're still going after something wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Even if they might not
True.
necessarily be going after the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, because like Aiza, he's definitely frozen in time. But
yeah.
he is passionately going after that thing that's presently frozen in time. You know,
Kind of.
I mean, he's still not moving forward. So, you know,
Yeah,
it's like,
so he
okay.
can't be going after anything then.
Well, no, he's actively digging a hole.
That is it though. But Kosei's not at the bottom of the earth, Jacob.
But
like,
he'll get to the bottom of the earth faster than Kosei.
Oh my god. This whole like fighting in the mud thing is, I think, a perfect example for like a limited perspective view on Aiza.
Right, yeah.
In that he really is digging his own hole, but the thing is, I don't think he's digging that fast. I think he's more like angrily like smashing a shovel against the hole, just being like, why aren't you freaking getting into the mud with me, Kosei? And it's like
Splattering mud everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Kosei's just like, or just like looking somewhere else. being
Right,
like,
right.
I didn't even know you were doing that.
He's just like, I'm worried about my friend right now. Both
Right.
of them, actually.
Right.
You know, Aiza's over here. Notice me, senpai.
like Aiza should take a note from this creepy, weird little like first year junior high girl. Go
proactive.
hide in a tree and try to assassinate
Ambush him.
Kosei.
Yeah.
Hold him and be like, you will challenge me to a music competition or else. Do you want to see Tsubaki again? Tsubaki, yes, she's in love with you, right? Wait, she is?
Wouldn't that be helpful and convenient?
Oh my gosh, that'd be silly. But guys, good episode. Emotionally, like, balls kicked in at the end. But,
Yeah,
like,
just in case you thought that like they were going on to like different things with, you know, still dealing with Tsubaki and then this new character.
yeah.
They brought it around at the end.
Yeah, guys. If you want to watch the next episode's reaction, though, right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You get Discord access with any kind of Patreon support. You can chat with us about stories or get into the spoilers. Your Line April channel with him and chat about my
Laugh behind his
suffering
back,
and all
you know.
that. And yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb,
I'm Jacob.
and we'll see you all next time.